we all know about McDonald's, right? Now, McDonald's has 32,000 stores globally. 32,000. Remember, what's the first dream? We're supposed to do what? Have a large network of outlets. Right here, 32,000 stores. There are 119 countries, 6 continents, y'all. Look at this. They serve 447 million customers a day.
Cha-ching.
A day, right? The Big Mac, some of y'all like the Big Mac. On a daily basis, worldwide, they sell 2.5 million. Right? The hamburger, on a daily basis, globally, they sell 4.2 million. What was the dream? What was the first thing we should dream about is what?
Outlets.
Large space of outlets to distribute the products, right? The second one was to have customers, right, who do what? Who have multiple products, right, that they like. Well, guess what? McDonald's has different ones. I mean, is this not a powerful example?
Yes, ma'am.
I love this. I love this. All right. Go.
McDonald's. Timeline?
Yes.
Okay. Now, this is something that I do so you understand where you are. Shedrick, I'm okay with this?
Oh, absolutely.
Timeline. Zamzoo, 2001, right? YTB, the timeline. We went through the whole phase, right? We're top 10 years into our timeline. And you understand why I'm saying this, because Zamzoo is Coca-Cola. Zamzoo is McDonald's. Zamzoo is the Walmart of the internet. Would anybody out there disagree with that? So the question is, out of those 32,000 stores that McDonald's owns, how many of them are going to be yours? When the Big Mac comes. When the quarter pounder shows up.
Wow.
When the coffee, right? When people go to drink coffee, how many outlets are you going to have, and where your outlets going to be? Are they going to be only in the city that you live in, or are they going to be all over the world? Timeline. McDonald's, 1955, Ray Kroc opened its doors. His first McDonald's in Des Plaines, Illinois. First day of sales, $316. By 1965, there will be over 700 stores. 1958, 100 million hamburgers were sold. 1959, 100th restaurant opened. 61, Hamburger University came. 62, the first indoor seating. 1963, 500 restaurants had opened. Notice I didn't say anything about 1960 because maybe they were taking a little break. Processing, because it's a process, right? Maybe there was a lawsuit or two somewhere along the journey.
Say that.
1965, they went on the public market and started selling shares to the public at $22.50 a share. 1966, 11 years later, only did they show the very first television commercial. Wow. 1967, first international restaurant opened in Puerto Rico and Canada. 13 years after Ray Kroc offered the first franchise in 1955, the year I was born, came the Big Mac. 1969, the Golden Arches were updated. 1973, Quarter Pounders debuts. Company now, y'all, 10 years old, right? The Big Mac for McDonald's didn't even come till 13 years after they sold the first franchise. Business patience. How many outlets are you going to have when the Big Mac comes? 1973, Quarter Pounder again debuted. 75, breakfast at McDonald's. Seemed like they had it forever. No, they just started in 1975. 1978, 5,000th restaurant opened in Japan. 1979, Happy Meal introduced. 1987, salads added. 1996, McDonald's.com started. 2009, second most consumed beverage in the world. Second most traded commodity, only second to oil, came into McDonald's, better known as McCafe coffees. How many outlets are you going to open to benefit financially through overrides from people that are going to become outlets of yours? Back to you, Jill.
Wasn't that amazing? What I hear in that is it's a process, right? It's a process. That's really, really powerful. So again, we're just beginning the conversation on building. We cannot complete it because we don't have time. But number one, we talked about the builder's mindset, right? The first thing you have to do is you have to be able to dream. You got to be able to see. right? Ray Kroc actually came along when McDonald's was already in existence. He had the vision. He's the one who could see, right? You gotta be able to see. The second thing is you gotta be able to move your people, inspire and move your people, motivate your team. The third thing is you have to appreciate the power of opening outlets, right? And I think we give you several examples of why that's so important, right? So we're gonna switch real quick because we don't have a lot of time. We're gonna get into builder's strategy, okay? Now, this is gonna be very important. Builder's strategy. There are several things we want you to focus on. Number one, we're going to talk about the difference between recruiting and building. Okay? We're going to talk about the core 3 leadership model. We're going to talk about building style, and then we're going to talk a little bit about culture. All right? Now, Mr. Bradley, I've always heard you say there's a difference between recruiting and building. And when we look at the slide, Mr. Bradley, I want you to comment on this. What I see up here is someone who brings in John and Jim and Jane and Kate, right? That's recruiting. And in the genealogy, you know what it looks like? All those names, and they all have a whole bunch of ones on them.
Slow down for a second, Joe. Everybody understand that?
Yes, sir.
I'll say it one more time.
Yes, sir.
For those of you who look at your genealogy, right? And you brought in, let's say you brought in 6 people. That number 1 under them really represents them. So that means you have 6 people who don't have anybody under them. They don't have anybody on their team. They brought nobody in. So if in your genealogy, you have a list of names who don't have anyone attached to them, that's recruiting.
Well,
Because when you're building, it's going to look a little bit like this, Mr. Bradley, am I right?
That's right.
You're going to bring in somebody who may bring in somebody. You're going to bring in somebody who might bring in 2. It's going to look like this.
What's
Mr. Bradley, talk about the difference between recruiting and building.
Now, this is simple, and you need to write this down. The difference between a recruiter and a builder is duplication. Just that simple. Right, Kelly? The difference between building, Chris, would you agree with that?
Absolutely.
All right, now, let me take it a step further so you understand that recruiting is very important. It is the first phase of building, but it's only the first phase of building.
And Mr. Bradley, I didn't always know the difference. And I remember, last year, we were working on the contest for Costa Rica. And boy, I thought I was doing something. Bringing all these people in, in a short amount of time, we were doing it, and, won the trip, got the accolades, and it was great, but I will be honest with you, Mr. Bradley, the majority of those people that I brought in aren't with me anymore. I mean, can I get real?
Yes,
Yeah.
Please do.
Only the weekend.
Talk
you know
about
why? Because I was recruiting. Shedrick. That it's an important phase, but if that's the only thing you do, you'll be starting over and over and over, and now you bought yourself a job. Right? I was recruiting. However, if I slowed down, right, Mr. Bradley, and trained some people, right? Got them plugged in to the culture, right? Taught them how to repeat the cycle, then it will look a little bit like this.
And we all go through those phases, right? It's a great thing to be able to recruit. It's a great thing. So those of you who can do it, it's a great thing because you're going to become an awesome builder.
Now, Mr. Bradley, when you first joined the company, were you recruiting or were you building?
It's only recruiting. You will get home and say, "What did I join again?" You'll see it in 30 days, right? I'm not proud of it. I had coaches and mentors that had to, slow me down and show me this part, Jill. Find a solid person. Train him or her. Teach him or her exactly the things he or she needs to know to win. Then, teach him or her how to teach someone else.
Come on.
I want to pause right here, and I would love to get to hear some comments. I know you wanted to engage Scott and Coach on this particular topic because, recruiting is a healthy part of the building process, but if that's all we do, we have an unhealthy business. And then people get frustrated, right, because people don't stay. Like, if you bring someone in and you don't help them develop any foundation for their business, you have attrition. And then we got the youth become attrition, right? Because lots of people get frustrated. So Scott, what are you thinking right now when you hear the difference between recruiting and building?
Well, it's easy to mistake them as being the same thing. And Don, I think what you pointed out is recruiting is where you start. You have to recruit somebody to get them into business. What you do with them after you recruit them is the difference between a recruiter and a builder.
I agree.